सर्वेश्वराय नमः। ॐ ईश्वराय नमः। ॐ कल्कि अवताराय नमः।
The divine has from time to time manifested to help and guide man. In response to human suffering, prayer and seeking, the divine has manifested in 1989, the year of many dramatic changes, as the golden orb. In human beings whose consciousness can reflect the golden orb reveals its teachings, which are called the Mahavakyas. The Mahavakyas and the commentaries on them are preserved in the archives of Sri Kalki Vishwa Vidyalaya. The golden orb is the phenomenon in response to people's suffering, prayer and seeking. It is the divine guiding humanity towards fulfillment, transformation, freedom, awakening, enlightenment and God realization, irrespective of gender, religion, caste, creed, class and nationality. It responds to one according to one's faith. For the Hindus, it responds as Kalki, besides taking the form of the god they worship. Here we listen to one of the Mahavakyas. I am active in collective. One who understands these Mahavakyas will be rid of ignorance, blessed eternally, and their family lineage will receive 16 varieties of boons. They will also be relieved of their suffering, will experience tremendous joy, and will finally be liberated from the cycle of rebirth.
దేవతలకు మూలం దైవాలకు దైవం.
దేవతలకు మూలం దైవాలకు దైవం.
దేవాది దేవుడు కల్కి వచ్చెనే.
దేవాది దేవుడు కల్కి వచ్చెనే.
మన పద్మమ్మతో కూడి కల్కి వచ్చెనే.
మన పద్మమ్మతో కూడి కల్కి వచ్చెనే.
తానొక్కడైనా తనకొక రూపై.
తానొక్కడైనా తనకొక రూపై.
భక్త పరాధీనుడై భువికి దిగి వచ్చెనే.
భక్త పరాధీనుడై భువికి దిగి వచ్చెనే.
ఏకరూపుడై ఉండి భిన్న రూపుడై.
ఏకరూపుడై ఉండి భిన్న రూపుడై.
భగవానుగా భగవతిగా అవతరించెనే.
మన భగవానుగా భగవతిగా అవతరించెనే.
దేవతలకు మూలం దైవాలకు దైవం.
దేవతలకు మూలం దైవాలకు దైవం.
దేవాది దేవుడు కల్కి వచ్చెనే.
దేవాది దేవుడు
మన పద్మమ్మతో కూడి కల్కి వచ్చెనే
మన పద్మమ్మతో కూడి కల్కి వచ్చెనే
Over the years, people from different walks of life, from different countries, belonging to different age groups, gathered at the feet of Sri Amma and Sri Bhagavan, seeking their guidance to solve their problems, to have their desires fulfilled, to achieve a sense of fulfillment, to be transformed, to discover freedom, to be awakened, to be enlightened, to discover oneness, and to discover and realize God. Their guidance came out as sutras, which are their teachings. That brought about a change in the way people thought and perceived and experienced their inner and their external worlds. The seekers got what they sought. Come, let's join one such interaction with Sri Bhagavan.
Bhagavan, what is the difference between anxiety and fear?
Anxiety is about what is going to happen immediately, and fear is about anticipation. Fear is the projection of the mind of what could happen in the future based on past experiences. Anxiety is about what could be the outcome of what is happening at the moment. When the actual moment occurs, there is no fear.
India will teach us the tolerance and gentleness of mature mind, understanding spirit, and a unifying, pacifying love for all human beings. This was said by Will Durant, an American writer, historian, and philosopher. Today, the world has become a global village and people have become global citizens. Born and brought up in their homeland, educated in another country, and working in any part of the world is a common trend of today's generation. Indian students are no exception. Different countries of the world have opened up their universities to welcome Indian students and equip them with specialized skills and knowledge. But how did universities originate? Which is the oldest university in the world? What were the subjects taught? During the 8th century BC, the Gandhara kingdom of ancient India was established as the world's oldest university, known as Takshashila University. Takshashila is located in the present-day Rawalpindi district in Pakistan. More than 10,500 students came from within India and from Iraq, Greece, Egypt, Syria, Turkey, Arabia, and China to study at Takshashila. Students could choose to specialize from among 68 different courses taught by nearly 2,000 master teachers. Specializations included philosophy, law, statecraft, defense, warfare strategies, grammar and languages, agriculture, commerce, the Vedas, mathematics, astronomy, astrology, plants and herbs, medicine, Ayurveda, acupuncture, surgery, and the 18 arts, which comprised of subjects like music, dance, fine arts, painting, archery, hunting, elephant lore, divination, magic, and snake charming. Students seeking admission in Takshashila had to complete their basic education in local institutions. A student would be admitted only at the age of 16. Admissions were based on merit, even for the sons of kings. It took almost 7 years to specialize in a subject. The teachers developed the syllabus without any interference from the king and donations given by the society, rich merchants, and wealthy parents. There were no exams. A student would not be allowed to proceed to the next unit until he had mastered the previous one. The education was considered complete only when the teacher felt satisfied about the student having attained the requisite knowledge. Some of the alumni of Takshashila were as follows. Panini, an expert in language and grammar who authored one of the greatest works on Sanskrit grammar known as Astadhyayi. Chanakya, great political master and author of Arthashastra, who guided Chandragupta Maurya to lay the foundations of the great Mauryan Empire. Charaka, the distinguished physician of Ayurveda who wrote Charaka Samhita. Jivaka, an expert in pulse reading, Panchakarma and the Marma, the great physician of Bimbisara who cured the Buddha. Vishnu Sharma, the author of Panchatantra, that teaches political science in the form of simple and beautiful stories. The works of these ancient scholars in their respective fields are of such magnitude that they have stood the test of time even after so many centuries. It is these great institutions of knowledge that made India climb the pinnacle of glory in ancient times. Vedas are the most rewarding and most elevating books which can be possible in the world. as stated by Arthur Schopenhauer, German philosopher. Anything that is thrown into the air ultimately falls down. What do we call this? Gravity. The knowledge of gravity finds various applications in science and technology, not to forget a special mention in space research and applications. Do you know how ancient this knowledge is? If we look into our ancient texts of the 11th century, Surya Siddhanta and Siddhanta Shiromani, written by Bhaskaracharya, one of the most prominent astronomers and mathematicians of his times, one would find Sanskrit verses which described the concept of gravity. 32nd verse in the 12th chapter of Surya Siddhanta states, "In the midst of universe, the spherical earth stands firm in space. Earth is standing firm in space without falling away." The 6th verse in Bhuvana Kosa of Siddhanta Shiromani states, "Objects fall on earth due to a force of attraction by the earth. Therefore, the earth, planets, constellations, moon, and sun are held in orbit due to this force." Siddhanta Shiromani, meaning crown of treatise, is the major treatise of Bhaskaracharya. He wrote Siddhanta Shiromani in 1150 when he was 36 years old. The work is comprised of Sanskrit in 1450 verses. The work is divided into 4 volumes. The first one is Leelavati, named after Bhaskaracharya's daughter Leelavati, where he answers his daughter's questions. In this book, he explains that Earth has gravitational force. There is mutual attraction between the planets, and this allows them to hold themselves firmly in space. This volume contains 13 chapters, 278 verses, mainly about arithmetic and measurement. Bijaganita, this is the second volume divided into 6 parts, contains 213 verses and is devoted to algebra. The third and fourth volumes are Ganitadhyaya and Goladhyaya that deal with astronomy. Ganitadhyaya has 451 and Goladhyaya has 501 verses. It is truly amazing to know the depth of knowledge and the accuracy of calculations that our ancients possessed in the field of astronomy. Hats off to our ancients and to their scientific advancements. The month of October has been a host to many festivals celebrated in most parts of India. It is the end of the monsoon season and a time when the crop gets ready for harvest. On the full moon day of the Ashwin month is celebrated the festival known as Kojagiri Purnima in Maharashtra. It is believed that on this day the moon and the earth came very close to each other, and the moon's rays have healing properties. On this day, goddess Mahalakshmi, Kubera, Indra, and the moon are worshipped. Kojagiri is derived from the Sanskrit word Ko Jagriti, which means who is awake. It is believed on this full moon night, goddess Mahalakshmi would be moving around asking Ko Jagriti. Whoever is found awake by goddess receives special blessings from her. Hence, people fast and stay awake at night and generally gather together, spending the night in festivities and celebration. The main highlight is the preparation of masala doodh or milk that is boiled till it thickens, and milk masala and dry fruits are added to it. The milk is placed in the moonlight to absorb the healing rays of the full moon. It is said that whoever drinks this milk would get cured of health problems. In Gujarat, the day is known as Sharad Purnima and Ras Leela. The dance of Lord Krishna with the gopis of Vrindavan is organized on a big note. According to Hindu mythology, the Ras Leela was performed by Lord Krishna on the night of Sharad Purnima. Karwa Chauth is an age-old ritual followed by Indian women in the North Indian states of Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, Gujarat, and Rajasthan on the 4th day of Krishna Paksha in the Kartik month. On this day, women observe a day-long fast and pray for the good health and prosperity of their husbands. The word karva means earthen pot and chaut means 4th day. Women wake up before sunrise and get ready to start the fasting. The fasting starts with sunrise and ends in the evening, only after seeing the moon. Throughout the day, women do not consume any food, not even water. The main deities worshipped on this day are Lord Shiva, Goddess Parvati, and their sons, Lord Kartikeya and Lord Ganesha. Women worship the holy God Shiva and Goddess Parvati with 10 earthen pots, which are the karvas, filled with sweets. Once the rituals are done, the karvas are distributed to daughters and sisters. In the evening, there is a ceremony where the women dressed up in fine clothing and jewelry apply mehendi to their hands and gather with their puja thalis, tell stories about the Karwa Chauth and complete the rituals. The moon plays a major role during Karwa Chauth celebrations. It is the sighting of the moon that allows the women to break their fast. Women first see the moon through a sieve and then see their husbands. Looking at the husband through the sieve removes all the evil effects from him. The ladies are fed with sweet or milk, thus breaking the fast. While Karwa Chauth falls on the 4th day of the Kartik month, there is another festival that falls on the 3rd day, that is Tadiya, which is celebrated in Andhra Pradesh. This is a traditional festival where married women observe a fast for the health and longevity of their husbands. Unmarried girls also celebrate this festival with an intent to get a good husband. It is fascinating to know how festivals with the same theme are celebrated in different states of the country with its own set of rituals and customs that affect the people of the region and their way of life.